Hey guys, I guess since everybody's here in August, that means it's football time in the South again. And I know you're just as excited as the fans and as our team, as our coaching staff. Been a long summer. Our guys have worked awfully hard. Had some of those dog days of summer when you just didn't think the season would ever get here. And even some fans have told me that the coach can't wait for the season to get here. Well, it's here now. I think we're 26 days away from the opening kick, and so that puts a lot of a sense of urgency on our plate to make sure that we're preparing every single second of the day that we can to get our guys ready to play. Let me first by saying excited about this season, excited about our team, excited about our players returning. We feel like this is the deepest team that we've had to date in our last, now going on our fourth season. We've got our starting quarterback back. We've got depth at most positions. And our guys have been in our system now. Just about every player on our team is a player that's been recruited by our current staff, and we think we're making strides there. And so it's an exciting time, not only with the upcoming season, but also right now. Everybody says, well, we got a lot of momentum, a lot of great things we do, but we got a lot of obstacles. And when I say obstacles, we have a lot of challenges. And some of those challenges are not just a lot of really good opponents coming up on our schedule, but there's a lot of dirt, a lot of mud, and a lot of other challenges that we're having to deal with every day with the construction of the stadium, with the start of the new athletic performance center, which will house the entire football operations building. And so a lot of things we're having to overcome. One of our practice fields, we can only use half of it. Our walks to practice are a little longer. All those little things that just comes with growth. And that's an exciting thing that I've talked to our fans about. I know fans are having questions about tickets and about parking and can I get this? There's not enough of this. Love hearing those things because those are problems we've never had before. And now we've got people that are in line for tickets, that are in line for tailgating spots, that are in line for parking. And so that's showing our program is going in the right direction. You've got a lot of that much interest in our program and in our university. So we're excited. Our team has worked awfully hard. I think hopefully if we can continue to prepare, stay healthy, that's going to be one of the critical things. As always, everybody says, Coach, you got a good team coming back. We like our team. We like our players. We like our depth, but that doesn't always mean you're going to have a great year. Now it's our job to put the pieces together to form this puzzle. But we really like the pieces that we have to put the puzzle together with. And so now that's the challenge for the next few weeks. Got a very difficult schedule, but we like our schedule for the fact that now we finally have 6 home games. We've won 27 games in our first 3 years. People don't realize 2 out of 3 years, we had 5 at home, 7 on the road. Now we're 6-6, and our first 2 games are home against 2 very good in-state opponents. That type of opponent coming to Cajun Field is going to really make the tickets at Cajun Field, or somebody said the other day, the Cajun Field between the Oaks is going to make it a tough place to get into the game. I think it's going to be a standing room, sell-out crowd of those first 2 home games. We've been very good at home. I expect us to continue to play very hard at home for our fans. A couple other things, the stadium improvements are going to be great for our fans. Also, the Jumbotron, there's a lot of things for the fan amenities this year that are really going to add to the fan experience. That's going to be exciting not only for our fans, but for our players. And so we're looking forward to all those things that will help create even more excitement for our team. Lastly, before we open up for questions, 3 years ago I stood right here and the first question, I think it was Mike or somebody asked was, Coach, you're ranked 120 out of 120. How does that feel? That didn't feel too good. But I love the progress that our team has made in the last 3 years. Now in some polls, we're as high as high 30s, low 40s. And so we're making progress. We've got a goal, a lot of goals. And in order to reach all those goals, you got to take care of the first thing, and that's to win the first game. And we've got the SWAC champion Southern coming to town, who to me is a very good football team. They're well coached, they play hard, they've got a lot of playmakers. And so, but I am excited about the progress of our hand in our program, from the administration to the university, to our faculty, our players, our coaches, support personnel, alumni, community. Everybody has joined the RCAF quarterback club, and everybody has helped making this thing possible. That's what's made it such a great ride, is everybody's had a hand in it. So with that, let's open up with any questions.
Coach, what are the specific goals for maybe this week as you start practice off?
Well, today is a good question. What are our goals for today's practice or this week? Well, we have a split practice today for two reasons. One, we want to get the veterans out and try to pick up where we left off, where we don't have to bring in all the new guys and you got balls flopping around and people going the wrong way. Our veterans know what to do. Then we bring in the rookies, the new guys, some of the down the line guys back this afternoon so we can evaluate those guys in a football setting. We've seen them lift weights, we've seen them run. We want to see if we block, catch, throw, and break on the ball. So it'll give us a great evaluation early. So I would like after this week to be able to evaluate our new players. We've got some junior college players that are going to have to step in, hopefully, with the offensive line. And then we've got a couple of receivers that we want to see if they're going to be able to get into the mix. So we want to evaluate some guys early to try to get our 2 deep settled as soon as we can to get our right pieces together as we get into week 2 and then week 3 and then in the game.
Coach, how'd you feel today when first practice?
You know what? I thought today's practice had as much energy or juice as any practice that we've had this year for the first practice. It was hot, but our guys came out there. They were really, we didn't even have to, we woke everybody up. When we got to the dorm, everybody's already up and they got to the shuttles. They got up on their own. A lot of energy, a lot of juice. And it showed in practice. I thought we was really sharp for the first day. Sometimes the first practice looks like the first practice, but today I thought we looked a little bit ahead of schedule.
Coach, it seems every year you have one freshman step up and get some pretty big plays. I know you haven't seen them in the past, but just through workouts and kind of evaluations, who are some guys that will be in contention to maybe crack that 2 week?
Well, let me first say it's a couple of junior college transfers. Eddie Gordon is going to compete with Grant Horst at the center position. Both those guys should battle it out. Should be some great competition. Jeremy Sparks will be back in about a week. He'll be working the center position too. Donovan Williams is a guard. I think he has got the ability to give us some quality time. Hopefully C.J. Bates can give us some quality reps at the receiver position. And then you get into the freshmen. Just from evaluating summer workouts, most of the time, the freshmen that can really help you are receivers, maybe defensive backs, or some guys on the defense side of the ball. Gabe Fusilier looked really good in the all-season program this summer. A couple of our defensive backs, Travis Crawford, Corey Turner, are some guys that I thought looked good at times. That's all the guys, but it's a lot easier to play at the skill position than it is at the offensive line position as a freshman. Some of the guys that's what stood out.
You talked about wanting to address that center situation quick. Are they still even going right now? And you still hope to have it after the first scrimmage, or what are you thinking?
Right now, Grant is going with the ones right off the bat. He's been here, went through spring ball, and he's going with the twos, but they'll both get some reps with the ones this week. And then after our first scrimmage, which will be a lengthy scrimmage this Saturday, hopefully we can determine who we think is going to be or who has shown the ability to get our team going in the right direction. As far as the leadership's point, or as making the right calls and getting all 5 guys working as a cohesive unit. So we'll hopefully after Saturday's first big scrimmage, we can move forward a little bit with our starting 5.
With that center position, I know last year you kind of lauded Hugh Hall for being able to be a second quarterback on the field. Do you delegate more responsibilities as far as making calls to Terrence now being a center, or just, if you're a center, that's the job you have to do? Yeah,
it's hard. Even though you would like Terrence to do it, he's a quarterback and he's 5 yards deep. He's 5 yards behind everybody. He can't make the calls for the centers. He's still going to identify the mics or some of the linebackers based on protection for the backs and get everybody in the right calls, but it's still got to come down to the center, getting us going in the right direction and making the calls, studying film and knowing what he's doing. Just he may not be able to tell all 5 what to do like Huval did, so everybody else is going to have to know their role and do their job.
Coach, you guys pretty good leaders over your time here. Who can we look for? I think a couple names jump out that
You seem to have more leadership this year than ever before.
You know, I think we do have the chance to have more leadership this year than we've had in the past. That's one thing. We've had a lot of good players in the past, and guys get led at certain times, but, you know, I'm still waiting for that guy to just grab the team by the horns. And we've got some guys on defense. Justin Hamilton, I think, is trying to be a leader a little bit on the defense side of the ball. Offensively, Terrence is really developing into a leader. I think Jamal Robinson, even Alonzo Harris, some of those guys are really leading. Daniel Quaid is a guy that I think is trying to lead. So I think we've got more guys in that position than we have in the past, and that'll be critical.
Back to offensive line.
I'm sorry. Bruce and Gerald, we'll wrap
That
up.
search for leadership is going to help you keep the team on the edge and where you even increase your expectations better than you've done so far. What kind of things are you looking for to develop that extra edge that's going to make, you know, the performance go even higher?
Well, like I said, leadership would be one of those things because, you know, throughout the season, you're going to be hit with adversity, whether it's in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. We've got to have guys that can step up, make a play, rally the team when we need it. That'll be critical. But our guys, too, we've got to be in great shape. We've got to be in great physical shape. We've got to be in the best shape of any team we play in the fourth quarter. We've been one of the best fourth quarter teams in the country in the last 3 years with the fourth quarter wins that we pulled out. And I don't expect anything less from this year's team. And so, you know, those things, if we can continue to be mentally tough on both sides of the ball, be in great shape, play good fundamental football, and continue improving all of those areas, and always you hope that your team as a whole will raise up. You can't just raise up one part and never try to improve the rest of the pieces. So we want to improve in all areas: fundamentals, toughness, conditioning, execution. If we improve in all those, we'll be an improved football team.
Gerald, last one.
Coach, I know a lot of focus is on the center, but you got 4 guys returning, 2 of them being brothers. Can you talk a little bit about how important it is, you know, that there's 4 guys up there, not just one?
That is, you know, Michael Quaid, Daniel Quaid are brothers, and like I said, Daniel's sort of been the leader right now. But, you know, we lost our center. We got 2 really good centers, we think, that are capable of playing, but the plus side of that, they're surrounded by 4 returning starters, 2 on each side of them. So they're not going to be called to do everything. They've got Daniel Quaid, who started 39 straight college football games. That's a lot of games, and he's been in a lot of battles. So this won't be his first rodeo when he lines up in that first game, as well as the rest of those guys. We got a lot of guys that are battle tested, that have been in a lot of big games and a lot of college games. Alonzo Harris has played in 39 college football games. Jamal Robinson, you go on down the line. So we have guys that have played in some big games and a lot of games, and hopefully that will be an advantage for us as we move forward. All right, thanks guys. Look forward to